I'm John Richards. I'm here with some of the members of the SOU United Nations Club to introduce some of the events taking place next week in the celebration of the 65th anniversary of the foundation of the United Nations. The mission of the United Nations Club at the SOU is to educate and inspire students to support the principles and efforts of the United Nations through local action around global interests and global issues. The United Nations Week is set up to celebrate and lead into the birthday of the United Nations next Sunday, the 24th of October. United Nations Week is a series of films, talks, panel discussions, and a potluck dinner and other food events to focus on international relations and big issues in the SOU community and the local communities as well. All events are free and open to the public, and they're sponsored by the SOU and the United Nations Club, and also the United Nations Association of Southern Oregon.
Hello. Our first song is entitled Salam, and Salam, as you know, means peace. This song has been a large chart hit in Israel, and with lyrics in English, Arabic, and Hebrew, it has come to symbolize a call for peace and an end to the Arab-Israeli conflict. Salam has been a theme song for almost all the youth movement in Israel, and at events such as On the Way to Sulha, thousands of Palestinians and Israelis sing Salam together. Written by Moshe Ben Ari and arranged by Val Rogers, please enjoy Salam.
Bringing pieces on our shoulders, bringing pieces on our shoulders, bringing pieces on our shoulders, on everyone. Bringing pieces on our shoulders, bringing pieces on our shoulders, bringing pieces on our shoulders, on everyone. Salam, salam, for us and for all of the world. Salam, 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 for us and for all of the world. Salam, salam. Wajibale nanak najib, wajibale nanak najib, wajibale nanak najib, as-salam. Wajibale nanak najib, wajibale nanak najib, wajibale nanak najib, as-salam. Salam, salam, lemna wa lekula alem. Salam, 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 lemna wa lekula alem. Salam, salam. Ojo shalom aleinu, ojo shalom aleinu, ojo shalom aleinu, ve'akulam. Ojo shalom aleinu, ojo shalom aleinu, ojo shalom aleinu, ve'akulam. Salam, salam, aleinu ve'akol ha'olam. Shalom, salam, 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 aleinu ve'akol ha'olam. Shalom, salam, salam, salam.
Hassan Harris is here. Hassan was one of the founding members of the club some 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, it was about 3 years ago.
3.
The UN Club, me and myself and Kathleen Gamer. And also, Professor, she's not here with us right now. Her name was Kimberly Cox. She also was a founding professor. This week, at Monday, October 18th, we will have a potluck from noon to 3 p.m. in the Rogue River Room at the Stevenson Union. All can attend. And later on that evening, on Monday, October 18th, we will have a film called The Lemon Tree.
Tuesday, we'll be changing topics a bit. We'll be talking about the role of torture and human rights and states' rights. Emery, I think you have a few things you can tell us about that.
As you said, Tuesday's on torture. It's going to be, I'm pretty sure, in Me's room as well, correct?
That's correct.
Yes, correct.
And it'll start off at around 3:30. We're going to be watching a movie called The Stoning of Soraya M.
Soraya M.
I haven't seen it, so I'm not a fount of information on it. But around 5 o'clock, there will be a panel on torture with me, another student, Evan Lasley, and professors Phillips and Elam, and as well as some local religious leaders. I'm not sure who exactly all is coming out at the
I think
moment.
there's going to be an imam from the mosque in Talent, and also we should have some other religious leaders, which we're still talking to,
Okay.
hopefully.
And yeah, then there will be a Q&A after that. I'm hopeful that there will be a lot of different sort of perspectives and a lot of different views proposed by the people there, with the religious view being with religious representatives there. It should be an interesting, sort of exciting discussion about a contemporary issue.
This is similar to a panel we did last spring, which provoked quite a bit of lively discussion, so it should be good.
That's what we're hoping for.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. Very nice to see you this afternoon, and thank you for coming out on such a wet day. I guess we deserve it after that beautiful fall, but it's a little damp today. I'm delighted to welcome you to the 65th annual celebration of the founding of the United Nations. This is the 6th consecutive year that SOU has joined the United Nations Association of the USA in celebrating UN Day here at SOU. SOU prides itself on being the public liberal arts university of the West, and we're committed to helping our students become truly global citizens. We bring international students here, and we assist our students in every way we can to study abroad. This fall, we have 95 students enrolled from 21 different countries, including Saudi Arabia, the UK, Belarus, Brazil, China, India, Japan, Korea, Mexico, Poland, Vietnam, Bolivia, Mongolia, Taiwan, Venezuela, and others. And we work across disciplines in ways that Dr. Richards just talked about to help our students engage in addressing the issues that are facing our civilization. That's one reason I'm pleased that the SOU UN Club is again sponsoring this UN event. In the aftermath of the Second World War, the leaders of the 50 founding nations declared it necessary to save the succeeding generations from the scourge of war and created this new body called the United Nations. 65 years ago today, representatives of the 50 nations met in San Francisco to give birth to the United Nations. Today, the UN is involved on 5 major fronts in the struggle to prevent war: peace and security, economic development, human rights, humanitarian affairs, and international law. And today, people from 192 nations celebrate the founding of the UN. Governor Kulongoski and the mayors of Medford and Ashland have all proclaimed October 24th as UN Day. Global problems need to be addressed by global institutions. In 1945, no one knew how indispensable the UN would become in tackling the challenges confronting our planet. Hunger, poverty, environmental degradation, genocide, infringement against human rights, many other issues. Our guest speaker today, Ms. Stephanie Bunker, will tell us about how the United Nations works on one of those fronts, humanitarian affairs. She's the spokesperson for the UN Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs, and she's going to tell us help us understand more deeply how the UN guides humanitarian activities. So I'm going to turn you back to Dr. Richards. Please join me in celebrating this 65th anniversary of the UN.
Thursday, we'll be looking at a very peculiar international relationship, the relationship between the United States as sovereign state and the First Nations as sovereign states. Who's going to take that one?
Okay.
Kathleen will tell us a little more about that.
We will be showing a film from 2:30 to 4. It's American Outrage. It will be in Stevenson Union, SU room 330. Then there will be a panel of Native American students, which will lead the discussion about the film and related topics with SOU instructor Brent Ferendo. From 4 to 5 in the SU, there will be a Native American drumming and singing. The film is about the 500 nations and their sovereignty, and about the grandmothers from Dakota who complained to the United Nations because the federal government was infringing on their land. And they actually are the only Native American tribe that has been able to win this case. And they're still in the midst of it, but it's a very interesting film, absolutely.
Yeah, my specialty in the UN is really humanitarian affairs, and that's what I've done for the last 14 years, and that's the part of the UN that I know. And I guess they say that you like what you know, so I guess that's the part of the UN I'm the most fond of. It makes sense to me. My part of the UN is the part that is out there in terrible places, helping people who are in really dire situations and trying to keep them alive. Okay, it's really bottom line. When you do this for year after year after year, as I did in Afghanistan, because I did that for 6 years. 6 years is a long time, you know, and while I was there, the situation literally got worse by the year. 96 was bad, 97 was good. I think 97 actually had a slight increase, slightly improved. 98 was bad. 98, 9 was worse. Every year we were saying it can't get worse. 2000 was really bad. Okay? 2001 was also dreadful. And then we had September 11th. And, you know, that was a long time to think about what I was doing there. And especially when I was in the food business, keeping people alive, giving them food. And